all good. Hey, Uncle Frank.
G'day, sister. How you doing?
Yeah, good. It's good to see your face.
Yeah, and likewise.
It's been a couple of weeks.
How you handling lockdown?
Yeah, we're all on lockdown. That's why I saw online there. I've been meaning to reach out to you, and that's why I rang there the other day to see how you feel, and I saw you went and got your jab.
I did.
My mum got hers done today too, so I said I'll keep checking in with her because it's going to be another week or so until I can go and get mine.
Yeah, it's going to be a slow process, I think, with our people. We're kind of covering new ground, and yeah, really we are. We haven't been here before as a people, and there's a lot of misinformation on Facebook, and a lot of our older people especially are very frightened, and I can understand them being frightened with all the mixed messaging that's getting around. But look, all that aside, what is it? September being put off now till December, but you got an election coming up, and you're standing for Dubbo City Council as part of the as a candidate.
Yeah, for Dubbo Regional Council, and I think that was you were among one of the first people I sort of reached out to yarn with and get your advice. Because for me, everyone, like I told Junk, everyone's always wanting to know why I'm running. What are you running? But for me, especially now that it's been postponed and we have all this extra time now, like you said, elections are postponed till December. I want to take advantage of that time and get all the advice and listen to, everyone's concerns and aspirations for our community and take all that on board, because I feel like it's not about really what I want. It's about what our people want. And I just want to be the voice to be able to help make that happen. But one of my questions was for you, Unc, was, what do you think is needed in political leadership, to be able to achieve the things that we want to be able to achieve for our community?
Well, Tatum, I know what's required to do that. I do it as a matter of course, it's the way I live my life. But all that aside, and we can talk about those things because they're the things that you need to get elected, sister. But especially at this time, when COVID, like, I don't know, a week ago we had one person, then we had two, and now we've got 200, sister, and they're our people. And so we're in a time we've never been in before. You're standing as a candidate in the local council. It's been postponed because of this, but it's something that won't go away. It's something we've got to deal with. So how do you, I'll bat it back to you, my sis, because I'm not standing for office, I have faith in you to do the job, but I'm asking you to tell them, not me, but all your friends and followers out there in, wherever it is that they congregate to watch online. But I think you got a message. Tell me about that. What?
Oh, Unc, just this whole process, I'm so grateful to even have the opportunity to run, and I'm grateful just for the whole process. And I've said from the start that I hope by at the moment here in Dubbo, I am the youngest candidate running, but I hope that it encourages our mob to register to vote, to stand up and have their voices be counted for. That's what all our old people, that's what they fought for. And that's the only way that change can come is if our people vote. And the other is, I hope that we encourage more of our people, and especially younger people, to put their hand up and step up, whether it's for council, parliament or whatever, but to, take on that leadership role and be that person that our people in our community can count on. For everyone that knows me.
Yes, it's good that you're doing that.
Yeah.
But what are the issues? There doesn't need to be a lot of them.
Yeah.
Name 3 things that are facing Dubbo City going forward. 3 things that you feel you've got some understanding about,
Yeah.
and that you can deal with as a councillor if and when you're elected. Tell me that.
Yeah. Well, I think we sort of yarned a little bit before, but you know,
Yeah,
the shortage of the shortage of housing, we know that affordable housing as well for our people. I feel like housing is definitely an issue. You know, there's people always say it is a state issue, but I am very passionate about, you know, justice reinvestment, about our youth, and seeing rehabilitation, you know, facilities and programs that, you know, are able to fulfill the needs for that. Just, you know, I want to lower in terms of that. I feel like everything is connected, but being able to reduce the crime that is within our area, because I know this has been happening for a long time. Like even, you know, all my brothers, cousins, uncles, right back through to my father and uncles, they were all locked up at a very young age, from as young as 10 years old, from something as simple as stealing food from a shop. It's just, you know, I feel like by being in a position like council, you're able to bring so many bigger issues to light and to the table, that you're in that, you know, a role to really make change. Our people, you know, aren't they always, I feel like we're always whinging and complaining and talking about how bad things are, and that we're not, you know, a part of the consultation or engagement that happens. But for change to come, we need to be a part of those tables. We need to be a part of those.
I agree. What have you learned from this current crisis that you'll take with you going forward? Like, what do we know now about, say, vaccination programs?
My whole mindset has changed, Uncle. I was very skeptic, you know. I was thinking, no, COVID's not real. It's, you know, you read into all the conspiracy theories, and I thought, how could they come up with a cure in, you know, under a year, when we've had all these sicknesses and diseases? And now, just from the last couple of weeks, it's quickly changed, that I'm now that person, you know. If someone asked me a month ago, I would have been like, nah. But now I'm that person that's encouraging, you know, not just our mob, but everyone to go and get tested, to go and get vaccinated, because
Absolutely.
we're seeing people we know and love, not just
you would agree that we all of us, especially in the little country towns like Wilcannia, Walgett, Birkenbury, we all need to get vaccinated there, the white and the black.
Yes.
Because we all breathe the same air, and it's such a little place, you know. So in that regard, maybe the government should be bringing in enough vaccine to do the entire community rather than just the black community, you know.
Yeah, I know, Unc, and I think it has sort of like been a little bit divided, hasn't it? Because I feel like, yes, the focus has been on our Aboriginal communities, and it is important.
And it needs to be, but there's a lot of other people there too, you know.
That's it. And we don't want anyone to feel left out. We know that at the moment, you know, we hold the highest amount of cases, but at the end of the day, this, you know, we know this virus, it doesn't discriminate. It can, you know, everyone is at risk, and it has to be about everyone.
Yeah. Now, Sister Girl, in East Ward, which is a ward you'll be running for, there are a lot of non-Indigenous people too.
Yeah.
Other Australians of every description, I'd imagine, but also a lot of those people are older people, and they may have fears, unfounded or not, about, you know, anything, especially about our people. What do you got to say to those prospective voters? You know, what could you say to them? What's your message to the broader community in East Ward? Why should they elect you, sis?
I feel like, yes, I am younger, and, you know, that's all. I've always been mindful of that too. I think people may look at me and think that, you know, she's younger, that she's unexperienced, because, you know, I think we unconsciously do it. We have it in our heads that you have to be a certain age, you know, 60 plus, and have all these qualifications, and probably need to have money as well to be in those type of roles, to make those decisions. But yes, I am younger, but I feel that, you know, I have a lot of life experience too, Unc. I'm from this community. I was born here. I grew up here. And, you know, from growing up through domestic violence, alcohol and drug abuse, you know, sexual abuse, you know, mental health issues, suicide, these are all still real issues that are alive within our community today. And for me, you know, yes, I had the opportunity to go away for school and get a good quality education, but I still came home every school holidays to be with mum and my little brothers and sisters for holidays. So Dubbo's always been home. And, you know, and yes, I sort of went under my healing journey, but I found purpose in my pain, Unc. You know, like the whole point of going away was to better myself so that I could bring all those qualities and that education and use that to come back home and create change and give back and help my people, our people.
All right, to get back to the question.
Yeah.
How can you reassure non-Indigenous voters that you're worth voting for?
Well, yes.
What can you do? What can you say to those people? Not to me.
I think too, you know, that's probably in the back of their mind. They go, oh, she's, you know, she's an Aboriginal woman, so she's probably only going to be about Aboriginal people. And that's not the case at all. Yes, you know, I am a proud First Nation woman, and that'll always be the centre of who I am and how I approach things, especially when it comes to environment or, you know, building and all that sort of stuff. But that's not all that I am, Unc. You know, I'm mindful that it's about everyone, and I want to make, you know, I want to reassure everyone that their voices will feel that they will be heard, and that I'm there for everyone, and that everyone matters, and, you know, everyone's concerns and aspirations is important. I can't promise, you know, that I know the ins and outs of it all, but I can promise that I'll do my best, that I'm willing to learn, that I will be approachable, and I just, you know, that I will go to work for them. And that's, you know, I can't promise the moon and the stars, but I'll definitely do my best.
Well, sister girl, you know, I'm not one of the people who thinks that you need to be 60, 70 years old to stand for office. I think that you're doing it. I think that it's good as a woman that you're doing it too, and you have my support.
Thank you.
And yeah, I just say that if you really want to succeed in politics, then it doesn't matter which political party you're standing for. There's two things that will get you the vote every time, and one is engagement, and the other is purpose. Purpose on its own is just like spiritual. It is not really an end in itself, but you can achieve something if you have a purpose. You can do it. You have my support. I say good on you for doing it. And yeah, I wish you all the very best.
Thank you. No, I truly appreciate you, and I appreciate your time and your words of wisdom.
The biggest thing that can win you the vote, sister girl, what I found as a grassroots community worker at that level is if you have the ability to listen to people, or at least give them the impression that you're listening, people will feel a lot closer to you. You will make a connection. But, you know, that said, you're a young person. This is your time. You have my support, and I commend you for having the courage and the commitment to do what you're doing. I commend the Labor Party too in New South Wales for backing you, and I sincerely hope that the partnership is successful. I love you, sister.
Love you too, Unc. Thank you. See ya.